Welcome to the Draft Thunder podcast. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ben.
And we are here to talk about week 4 of preseason football. So, Ben, who do you like this week?
So week 4, toughest to predict here. We got 16 games, so every team in the league is playing tomorrow. So a lot of options to choose from. Not starter-wise, though. So a bunch of guys you may not have ever heard from.
Yeah.
So we're jumping into it. We're going to start at QB. And I'm going to start in Tampa Bay with Ryan Griffin. Tampa Bay is not, as already said, they're not going to play Jameis Winston. Not going to see Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Griffin is going to see a ton of time, probably 3 quarters plus. They're going to mix in one of their rookies at the end, they said. But Ryan Griffin is a stone-cold lock for playing time. Whether that leads to production, we'll have to find out. But he's actually a decent quarterback, one of the more decent quarterbacks we're going to see this week. So, I would go with Ryan Griffin as one of my top options here, playing against Jacksonville.
Yeah,
and seeing a lot of time here.
Definitely. We need that playing time, especially this week. And we've seen that he can play. We've seen good things out of this preseason, so I like him a lot. I'm going to talk about CJ Beathard. So this is a guy who, again, I think we talked about him, I think one other week this preseason. But
I don't know.
He's had a rough preseason. He really has. But he used to be a starter. Let's not forget about that.
Okay, it was like 3 weeks. But...
Okay. You know what? We played him in Draftkings, like we said, and guess what? He wants money. So hopefully he wants money this week too, because having a starter playing as against the third strings on teams, whatever, should be good play. He should get at least a half, and they need to see him being a solid backup for Jimmy. Because of Jimmy.
Yeah, no, I agree.
If Garoppolo happens to go down, they need him to be there to be able to play because they want to contend. They're a team who wants to actually be able to start making moves. So they really need that solid backup, and I think that him getting half with his skills, he should be good play.
He's got some running ability too, which saved him that week that we played him in DraftKings. Actually, he had 60 or 70 yards rushing.
Yep.
So a little bit of a dual threat there.
Helps you out too.
Yeah, exactly. So helps you out a lot. Because I think he got 2 total points from his arm. So
not great.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Next guy I'm going to talk about, I hadn't even heard of him until about 10 minutes ago. His name is John Wolford. Just picked up by the Jets on Sunday. Now, the Jets made way bigger quarterback news today when they traded Teddy Bridgewater to the Saints. John Wolford was already going to see some time. Without Bridgewater, he's going to see way more. Bridgewater was probably going to play a little bit in this game because they were going to start Darnold probably no matter what. So we're not going to see Darnold. McCown, they need to be a backup in case Darnold isn't ready or gets hurt. So McCown might see a quarter. And you're going to see John Wolford for the rest of the game. Don't get me wrong. This is more of a GPP play. And he's not listed on the depth chart on DraftKings. So literally, you're not even going to see him unless you seek him out. So his ownership should be really, really, really low.
If I could assume it's 0.1%, it's going to be.
Really, really, really low.
1.
It's a very good GPP play, I think, with the time we're going to see. I don't know who he is. I don't know where he went to college. But he's going to see a ton of time in a game where none of the starters are playing. So it's not like he's going to see real good defenses as it is. They're playing Philly. Philly doesn't need to play anybody. The Jets don't need to see Darnold or McCown do anything. This guy's going to get cut. Sorry. Unless he shows out. Maybe he shows out and does really well, and you get him at 0.5% ownership. John Wolford, spelled Wolford when you're searching for him. Yeah, GPP play. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we talked about this a little before, and I think I'm definitely going to enter those big tournaments this week. How there's I think there's a DraftKings where you win 20K, Fanduel 10K. And if he happens to go off, he might, if he's getting that much playing time, and let's say he actually throws 2 touchdowns, he could be the top play at that low ownership. That's how you win contests.
Yeah.
Because we've made it clear, and in the actual season, low QBs are how you win. So I could definitely see that play happening. Going on to something that you should play in cash games, because I, again, don't advise him in cash games, would be Robert Griffin III. So, Robert Griffin's he has been looking great this preseason. And he's going against the Redskins, a little bit of a revenge game.
Yeah.
That's definitely my line,
Yeah.
Anyway, so he should be seeing, I think, at least a half, if not 3/4. I expect to see a little bit of Woodrum at the end. This is a guy that if he gets that playing time also, he should be going off. I think he gets a passing touchdown, possibly a rushing touchdown. I think he's got a high floor, and he can really offer a good upside too. So that's a guy who we're going to have to keep you posted on. We'll see how much playing time he really gets. And same with all these guys. Like, if we see somebody standing out with a lot of playing time, definitely we'll be tweeting out about him. Follow us on Twitter down below, as you can see right there. But that's my guy right there.
Yeah, I love RG3 this week. Just for some transparency on Wolford, he went to Wake Forest, more you know. Cool. He threw 29 touchdowns, which led the ACC, and ran for 10. He was a standout at the Jets rookie minicamp. That's why they brought him in. So
this year? Did he graduate last year?
Yeah.
Like rookie? Got it.
Yeah. So there you go. He might not get cut. Maybe he finds a spot. Maybe he shows out, like I said. So one last guy here. Another quarterback trade that just happened was Brett Hundley from the Packers going to the Seahawks. Now, I'm not advising Brett Hundley. I'm advising DeShone Kizer. Rodgers just got paid massively. It's insane. And he got hurt last year, and they were really struggling. And Kizer is another one of those starters that we talked about. So he has some talent. He can run a little bit, but they need a backup to Aaron Rodgers in case he goes down again or anything like that. So I would expect to see a lot of DeShone Kizer, and without Brett Hundley there to take any of his time away, I would expect to see him for over a half, leaking into the third, stuff like that, before they enter in their next guy, who I can't think of the name of, but it's someone that it shouldn't see that much time. So I think Kizer is going to be a really good play here.
Yeah. Definitely agree. Less competition is good for us.
Yeah.
So let's move on to running backs. These are going to kind of be, I think, in my opinion, mostly the guys who we've seen late in the games of the preseason, who you've seen stand out. So, I think a guy that I'm going to play is Bo Scarborough for the Cowboys. So we saw a lot of... What?
That man's a boss.
Yeah, he is. We saw a lot of Rod Smith in the preseason, and I remember week 2. It was week 3, because Rod Smith played the entire first half, and Bo Scarborough was set to play the entire second half, because he's the next guy. It's going to be Zeke, Rod Smith, Bo Scarborough. Now, they know what Zeke has, they know what Rod Smith has. I don't expect Rod Smith to play at all. It should be all Scarborough all game. The only reason why he didn't play in that second half was because he played a few snaps and then got hurt. But he's healthy now. He's ready to go. And I expect to see a lot out of him. And I've definitely seen good talent.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. He showed a little bit in college. He never lived up to quite the hype, but he definitely has some talent. One of the guys I'm going to be playing is Ravens running back Kenneth Dixon. So, yeah. So he showed out, I believe, in the Ravens have played so many games at this point. I don't know which game it was, but a couple games ago, I believe he showed out. The first game he came back, it was week 2. Okay,
he got a lot of catches.
Yeah. But yeah, he showed out. It was the first game back for him since 2016, where he actually had a decent season. But essentially, what it's coming down to here is you got Alex Collins as the 1, Buck Allen's going to be the 2. You got Kenneth Dixon and Gus Edwards fighting for the third running back spot. They both play special teams, so actually they probably might both make the roster. But we've seen a lot of Gus Edwards. He's actually been solid. But I think Kenneth Dixon's better. You're going to see him a lot early and a lot often. And like we said, he catches a lot of passes. I would look for a lot of checkdowns to him, somewhere in the 4 to 6 to 7 range in terms of catches, with 8 to 10 carries, I would assume. And Gus Edwards will get something similar, but I just trust Kenneth Dixon's talent more in this scenario, and I think he's going to have a real nice game.
Yeah, I just like Kenneth Dixon as a player way more than Gus Edwards, as a Ravens fan, as a football fan. You can just kind of tell he has the potential. And Gus Edwards, he's good, but if they get breakaway field where they can go for a 70-yard touchdown, I don't think Gus Edwards is going to get it. Right. But I think Kenneth Dixon has that chance to break out for something like that. So he definitely offers more upside than Gus Edwards, in my opinion. Also, the catching game is huge for him. We've always known that. My next running back is going to be Mike Boone for the Vikings. So Mike Boone's been a guy that we've been seeing alongside Rock Thomas, and there are those backups behind Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray. So Mike Boone, he's an absolute tank. If you see him run, he just plows through people. It's kind of ridiculous. And that's been going against more second-string defenses. And this is going to be him playing against third-string defenses, and he's going to absolutely go off, in my opinion. If he gets the carries that he should be getting, then I think that he has a high floor. At least like 40 to 50 rushing yards. Who knows who gets a touchdown. He probably gets a goal line carry over Rock Thomas, if I could assume. I think Rock Thomas offers more of a catching game, but Mike Boone actually has also been getting a lot of receptions, believe it or not, and a lot of looks his ways. So I think actually they are more on Rock Thomas just because he was like a higher draft pick and all that. So, but I think Mike Boone offers more, and I like him this week.
Oh, yeah, I would agree there. Mike Boone had 9 carries last week, and that's when the Vikings actually played Latavius Murray for 10 carries.
Yeah.
So I like Mike Boone a lot to get a lot of carries here.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite running back this week.
Next guy I have on my list. I kind of have 2 guys I'm going to talk about hand in hand here. They're both decent, but they both played in the NFL before, so that's good. First one's going to be Capri Bibbs playing for the Redskins. You're not going to see Chris Thompson this week. He's still nursing an injury. Looks like he's going to be ready to go for week 1. For all those that have him in season long, like I do. But
I tried to trade.
Yeah, whatever. You tried to give me LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah,
we're not talking about it. But yeah, so Capri Bibbs here. You're going to have Adrian Peterson early. Get again those few carries to get his legs under him. He looked good last week. I got to give him credit. But there's no reason for him to play extensively here. So they're not going to try to get him hurt in any way. You're going to have P. Ryan and Rob Kelly fighting for that third running back spot, with Capri Bibbs on the outside of the roster looking in. I don't like Rob Kelly. I don't like P. Ryan. And they're going to be... What's that?
Like, P. Ryan's hurt too. Like, he's not
Correct.
Full. 100%.
Correct. So I would imagine them 2 splitting carries for a bit with Capri Bibbs mixed in, and then it's going to be the Capri Bibbs show in the second half, which I love. So I'm on Capri Bibbs a little bit this week. He's got some talent. He used to play for Denver, so he's okay. Baltimore backup defense has been better than most, but like it's a backup defense at the end of the day. So I like Capri Bibbs a good bit here because he has to do well if he wants to make this team over any of these guys. So yeah, Capri Bibbs has to have a good game here. I think he will.
Yeah. When you talk about our backup defense, like I think that we're better against the pass rush and playing against the pass, but I think a running back could actually break out against us. So the last guy that I'm going to talk about just real quick, I'm not really going to go in depth. Royce Freeman, guy we're going to keep an eye on. If he plays, if we see that he's going to get a half, I'm playing him because he's got that starter talent. I think that he's going to eventually start with Devontae Booker.
I think he will.
Right now, it's said that Booker is going to start apparently, but I think Freeman's got the talent. It's just But if we get a half out of him against these bad defenses, he is playing the Cardinals. But again, it's his backup Cardinals. They're also the same as us, I think. Secondary pass rush, they're good. They got a bunch of turnovers on the quarterback last week, but I think against the run, Royce Freeman could excel.
Yeah, I would agree here. Just about playing time with him.
Yeah.
My last guy here is another guy I'm not going to talk about extensively, but could be an interesting play, more of a GPP, I would say. Stevan Ridley. You haven't seen him in the preseason. He's been MIA. Playing for Pittsburgh now, in case you didn't realize. But Mike Tomlin has said that it was more injury-related that you haven't seen him. I don't know if I buy that. That's whatever. But, obviously no Le'Veon. He hasn't been there all preseason. You'll see maybe a little John Connor.
James Conner? I don't think
James
so.
Conner, sorry.
No, it's guy.
I didn't mean the Terminator. Yeah, sorry, James Conner. And then, so it's been reported, Mike Tomlin said, Stevan Ridley is going to, I think he's predicted to start this game, actually. So, going to play some, going to play a lot. You're not going to see a bunch of these other guys that Pittsburgh has. So Stevan Ridley, he's played before. He was pretty good with the Patriots, and then he fell off totally.
Yeah.
So, he's got to do something this week because he has had no time in the preseason previous with this week with Pittsburgh. So maybe they're trying to trade him, or maybe that he's got to show out for another team. So, just another guy to look at when you're looking at running backs.
Yeah, that's another guy to keep us on us with. And I know they have Toussaint too, James Conner, Bell. I see no reason to keep him if he doesn't play. So I don't see why he wouldn't play here and get a lot of playing time. That would definitely be good. Let's move on to receiver, if that's all you have.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So my favorite receiver play is Julian Edelman. So I think that this is a good play in cash and GPP because I think that he's going to be low owned. If you go on DraftKings, he is marked as out. This is because of the suspension. We've seen this with a bunch of our guys like Jameis during the preseason. It just has them marked out because that's, I think, in their system what's going to carry through week one and the regular season. So something about the Patriots. Players that have been suspended before. Tom Brady, 2016. He played week 4. He got 39 snaps because they want him to still get into shape. They know he's not going to get those few extra weeks of playing time. So why not play him now? They also played Brandon Browner in 2014. And he played 50-plus snaps, and he was also suspended. So I like this trend. I would love to see Edelman playing against these trash cornerbacks. He should absolutely kill them. And I think he gets a bunch of catches and touchdown. And that's another thing that we're going to have to see how much playing time it is. All I saw was that he is playing. And that, seeing the history of snap counts with those type of players being suspended, excites me. So I think if we see that he gets half playing time, even if I don't see it, I'll probably play him because I see him going off.
Yeah, it's a good trend there. I like that a lot. Good little history of Bill Belichick playing their suspended players in his 4th preseason game.
And one more thing. He's itching to play because of his injury, and he wants to feel good back. So he wants to get out himself too.
He's got to get his legs under him. His football legs for sure. One of my favorite receivers this week is Justin Watson for Tampa Bay. They're going up against Jacksonville this week, and Justin Watson is on the inside edge for the 5th wide receiver spot in Tampa Bay. When I looked at the stats after, I guess, Humphrey/Godwin is their 4th receiver. So after Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson, Humphreys, and Godwin, you got Watson and a bunch of other guys. Watson has blown them out of the water. That's why I'm not even bothering about their names in terms of this preseason. I believe he's had 10 catches on 12 targets throughout the first 3 games. So, 4 targets per game, and that's including, week 3 where they're playing their starters more. So he has that inside edge for their 5th wide receiver spot to make the team. And so, he's going to keep it up here. He's had a good preseason, had a good training camp, and he's got some talent for sure. So, maybe if you want to stack him with Ryan Griffin, don't hate that at all. He should see a lot of the time and should produce pretty well. Yeah,
I definitely like that play. And I like Ryan Griffin. I trust him throwing him the ball. I think he was looking his way a lot, too. Mm-hmm. Like we said, and Jameis was. And it's just, he's in a good situation there. They really like him. He should get a lot of volume. I only have 2 receivers because I think, again, this is a running back week where you play running back the flex. I think that's just how preseason's going to go, or how it has gone. And it's been working for us. So my other play is Brandon Powell. So he's a receiver for the Lions. And he is going against Cleveland this week, and he's playing the slot. So just think about the Lions and Rudrick, who I assume is going to get most playing time. Redrick?
Rudock. Jake Rudock. Yeah.
Close enough. No one cares. Anyway.
Wow.
Rudock.
Rudock.
Rudock loves dump-offs, and he loves throwing to slot receivers. He loves the middle of the field. That's something that I've noticed from seeing the games and seeing him come in and play. With Powell, he's been getting a lot of playing time towards the end of the games. He's on that bubble spot. He's looking to make a 53-man roster, apparently. And they kind of know who already they have up front. They have Golden Tate, Marvin Jones, Kenny Galladay, and so on. So I think that he's going to end up getting a lot of playing time in this game. Being on the bubble, he's going to want to show out. They said he's got the talent. They want him to. So they're definitely going to be trying to press him in this game here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't have much, I just, Rudock is his name. I hope I'm not messing that one up because I'd look awful if I was. Yeah. I got 2 more. Yeah, exactly. I got two more receivers here. The first one I'm going to talk about is Jaden Mickens, Jacksonville wide receiver. Haven't seen him a ton this preseason. I think he has one catch. So he's got to do something. He actually has a little bit of talent. The Marquise Lee injury has opened up another roster spot at wide receiver. This helps a guy like Jaden Mickens, who hasn't seen a lot of the preseason, have a shot in this last preseason game to show what he's got. So the injury opening up a spot for him, him having some decent talent. He got a catch last week. I don't think he played the first two preseason games, but last week he played, got a catch for 37 yards, I believe. So a little bit of a deep ball threat. Mm-hmm. I like him a lot here over some of the other Jacksonville receivers that are going to be vying for that last wide receiver role or second to last wide receiver role with Marquise Lee out for the year. So they're going to be looking to keep an extra wide receiver that didn't think was possible before this. So Mickens is going to be looking to step up and take that spot.
Yep, they need somebody to step up.
And
they've liked him in training camp. I remember I was thinking about playing him last week. The problem was the starters. He wasn't really a starter. Right. And, yeah, he just didn't give me the volume. But now looking at this week, he should get that volume.
Get the volume. And the last guy just got traded here. It's Ryan Switzer. Switzerland. Okay. He just got traded to Pittsburgh just the other day. So not a ton of time in the system, but it's going to be a very basic offense. It's not like they're going to be throwing any type of wrenches in their game plan or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So, they're going to ask him to go out and see what he's got. I mean, they haven't seen him at all, in this preseason. They see his tape, but they haven't seen how he interacts with the rest of this team, how he runs routes, how he is on a personal level, or anything like that. So I would expect him to see a lot of time here. He's a good receiver. He can get open a little bit, and he's kind of shifty in space, so he can make some people miss. I would expect to see a lot of time from him this week, just based off the fact that they need to see what he's got. They just traded for him, so they must see something. They have their top two locked in with Antonio and Juju. Yeah. So after that, they're looking for some guys to step up. I think Ryan Switzer could be a decent guy here.
Yeah. Something about Ryan Switzer that I've assumed that he's a kick returner and a punt returner guy. So my one worry is that he did just get traded. Literally, this just happened. Yeah. So I'm afraid that also he might not play. So keep an eye out for that, just in case something like that happens. But if he does play, like Ben said, they're definitely going to want to get him in there a lot. And he's a great receiver, really. They for what he is, honestly.
I agree.
I think they were just hyping him up to trade bait him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Raiders were, at least. All right. Yeah. Is that all you have for receivers?
That's it for receiver. Receiver is interesting. There's so many dudes, but we hope we narrowed it down a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it all. That's all I have for receiver.
Not doing great on tight ends either.
I have a few.
All right. Go ahead.
We're doing it.
You start off.
Man, who was
my
it last
tight
week?
end's going to be the ideal one, obviously.
Who did we agree on last week that just didn't work again?
I have no idea. I'll go look it up. You talk about your first tight end.
Okay. You're not gonna like it.
Oh no.
Not
Sprinkle.
So, no, it's not Sprinkle. I'm never again.
Okay.
It's an even better name. And for my Hard Knocks fans out there, we're doing it this week. We're going with Cajuste. Devon Cajuste, the Browns tight end. Actually might make the team. As weird as it sounds, he might do it. He's actually had a good training camp. We've seen him catch a few passes throughout the earlier preseason games. You're not going to see Njoku here. And I'll pull it up right now as I finish talking about him. But Cajuste is slightly ahead for that backup tight end role, even though he's just kind of like the funny dude that they've been following on Hard Knocks. Hopefully it's not because they know he's going to get cut already. But I really do, he's actually shown me something a little bit in this preseason. He's got some hands and can get open a little bit. So I like him here. David Fells and Seth DeValve. Seth DeValve. It's between Cajuste and DeValve, it looks like, for that third tight end role. DeValve's a little hurt. Yeah. Cajuste has kind of jumped him a little bit. So I think we're going to see a lot of Cajuste this week. And him and Baker kind of have a little bit of a connection. So with Baker starting the game this week, I kind of like Cajuste here to see some early minutes and then continue to play throughout the rest of the game. So let's roll with it. Devon Cajuste.
Also, if we see a lot of Baker playing time, see that pop up, maybe consider him too. Just throwing
Yeah,
it out
we'll
there.
see about that.
Yeah, probably not going to get as much. Anyway,
Yeah.
the Titan we were talking about last week, we got big old goose egg Clive Wolford.
Clive Wolford, there we go.
He was on the field. We swear these guys are always on the field.
It doesn't make any sense. It's funny at this point.
But
yeah,
regular season, we'll go into the matchups, see who gets the receptions. It'll be way better. We promise. Hopefully.
We hope. Sometimes I play CJ Fedorowicz. It's fine.
You watch your tone. You watch your tone over there.
You know I love him.
I love him too, but okay. Anyway, the tight end that I'm going to be playing this week is Mark Andrews. So the Ravens, a lot of Ravens, we know. If anything,
it's who we know best.
It's who we know best, and it's who we can hopefully help with the most. We know the most about who's going to get the playing time. Hayden Hurst just got hurt. Nick Boyle didn't even play in the third preseason game. Sure as heck not playing in this game. And then
way to go. He's catching 3 touchdowns there.
I know. Who's there's
Max.
Yeah, Max Williams, maybe a little bit of him, but I still think since we know we have out of him a little bit, probably not going to get as much playing time. Mark Andrews should be playing this entire game.
Yeah, I would agree.
We haven't seen really anything out of him this preseason. He's been on the field towards the end of the games, maybe come up with 1 or 2 receptions at the most in a game.
Yeah.
But this game, he's going to see a lot of playing time. And
because honestly, they might have to keep him around with Hurst's injury, so they got to see if he can play.
And it was a high draft pick, you know?
Relatively, yeah.
Was it
third
fourth?
round? Fourth
yeah,
round?
third or fourth? Yeah, somewhere around that. So we're not just going to throw him away like Julio Scott probably was going to get thrown away.
IR, baby.
Yeah, so I like him this week a lot.
Yeah, that was one of my guys too. So, we matched there. It's worked out really well for us in the past. But no, really, he'll be on the field. I swear to God. And Oklahoma tape, he didn't block like ever. He was just like a glorified receiver, so that helps when you're looking for fantasy points.
Sorry, who said that again? You lied.
It was Mark Andrews.
Okay.
Just talking about the fact that he doesn't block. He just catches passes.
Yeah.
So, hopefully he finds the end zone too. Last guy I'm going to talk about here. I mentioned him, I believe, week 1. I believe he didn't do very well. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're going to look at Eric Swoop for the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, not again.
So, it's the same scenario that I talked about week 1.
Might as well play Xavier Grimble again. Keep going. I'm sorry.
It just hurt my feelings.
I know.
I'm gonna have a montage of all the tight ends that we've recommended.
I'm completely down for that.
I can't wait. But yeah, Eric Swoop here. He might miss the cut. It's embarrassing. Stop it. He should be a guy that's on the team. He's been on the Colts for like 4 years. They brought in Ebron. They have Jack Doyle. They're not going to play.
No.
So that leaves Swoop with a bunch of time here. He's been in the NFL before. He should know how to use his hands when he catches a football.
We really hope.
we really hope, but like we have a little bit of history of guys forgetting how to catch a pass. Jimmy Graham, what's up? Yes, we're going to talk about Jimmy Graham every week. No big deal. But yeah, Eric Swoop should see a lot of time again here. He was on the field week 1, if that means anything. He is a little bit more of a blocking guy, so that might be why he didn't catch as many passes. But like, he needs to prove himself. He's going to miss the cut if he doesn't. So I'm looking at Eric Swoop as maybe a guy to just differentiate your lineup a little bit off of Cajuste and Andrews. So yeah.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna jump right to defense and wrap this up. Now, I know there was a defense that you were pretty high on. I'm pretty sure that was the Saints.
Are they playing the Rams?
They are playing the Rams.
Then yes. That's a weird sentence, right? The Rams had the best offense in the league last year. But yeah, you're not seeing Goff. I don't even think you're going to see Mannion. You're going to see a lot of Allen and Perez. Yup. Who are they? Don't know. So they're going to split the game up about a half a piece. So, hey, I don't know who they are. They can't be that good.
No.
I'm going to go with New Orleans defense a little bit here. They have a decent defense. I don't know how great their backups are. I'll dive a little bit into like what they've been giving up here. Last week they gave up a whopping 7 points to the Chargers. That helps. I like that. They had a touchdown, 16 last week. And the week before that, they gave up 20 to the Cardinals. That's not bad.
No.
I'll take that. So I'm thinking they can force some turnovers, hopefully off of these inexperienced quarterbacks, and we'll go from there. It's a crapshoot this week with defense. You're looking for touchdowns. You're looking for. It's gonna be really sloppy. I hope you.
This is probably the worst week of defense that we've got.
It's ridiculous. It's gonna be so sloppy. All these games are gonna have a lot of turnovers. It's just gonna be who can fall on the most fumbles.
So again, if you decide to play a showdown somewhere, two defenses, I'm just saying, not a bad idea to play some showdowns out there. It's really not.
Do they have showdowns this week?
I'm sure you can find one. I'm sure they usually just pin them out places.
I'm checking now.
10 o'clock showdown.
Yeah, there's two of them. It's Cleveland versus Detroit and Denver versus Arizona. Yeah, play both of them.
Denver versus Arizona. If you play two defenses in that game, I'm doing that. That's happening. Okay.
Yeah, I might play that too.
That's almost nope, not gonna say guarantees.
No,
not gonna say guarantees. Guaranteed money.
So sure, we like Denver and Arizona's defense too. Why not?
Yeah.
Wow. You have another one.
Yeah. And again, we're pretty biased on the Ravens. Here's the thing, though. We won't be this biased during the regular season because we won't always have the matchups. The Ravens are a good preseason team.
Yeah.
We're a very good preseason team.
I haven't lost in 3 years.
No, it's kind of crazy. So that's why our players are going to produce. And if not, guess who's going to produce? The defense. And the defense will probably do that anyway. So, I don't know. We're just a strong play against the Redskins who don't really offer much on offense with their backups. We said, maybe Bibbs might do something near the end of the game. But before that, I don't see anything happening from maybe a little bit of Colt McCoy, but he's also a little hurt. So they are not.
Please give me Colt McCoy.
They're not too bad. Oh yeah, you want Kevin Hogan even more? I want Kevin Hogan. Who's the next guy up? Yeah. And then some guy named Jesse.
There's another one of your starters.
Yeah, I know.
So
Brown starter, pretty good. But yeah, I'd play one of those two defenses, or maybe even the Cardinals. Get a little crazy.
Yeah, maybe you want
on the slate.
Maybe you want some late exposure. I don't know.
Yeah,
throw them in there.
Yeah, definitely. And the only reason why I said both in the showdown is because they're probably going to both get you 7 at least. But I don't see Denver getting above a crazy amount because Cardinals kind of have a pretty good quarterback depth chart because they have Glennon and Rosen. Yeah. They both have experience.
Rosen's a little hurt. We'll see how much he plays.
That's true.
But yeah, I agree. Oh, well, if he doesn't play that much, we might hop on Glennon. Just watch out for injuries like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely tweet out if we see some high-value plays that we can take advantage of.
Yeah.
Below. Look below. All right.
But yeah, so, we might have some exciting news coming up. Stay tuned. We don't want to release anything before it's official. But there might be something in the works for us to look even better.
Yeah, so, step up our game a little bit.
Yeah, so definitely stay tuned with us. We are so excited for week 1. We are excited. A week away.
We are going to take down some GPPs. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I hope you guys do it.
Yeah.
Even if we don't, we'll give you the plays.
Yeah. We want you guys to win.
We're so happy. Please let us know if you're winning money. Some of you guys are commenting. Please tweet at us. We would love to see it on Twitter.
Yeah, we love hearing your guys' feedback. I know we got some direct feedback from the podcast last week too. So keep throwing things at us. We are growing. We are expanding as we speak. We just started doing this. We're learning as we go. So we hope you enjoy it. And hopefully you guys win some money. And let us know whatever you want. If you think we are horrible, let us know. We don't care.
Yep.
If you like us, let us know though.
We
want to connect with all you guys. We want to hear from our viewers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's great the response we've gotten so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have.
Yeah. Like we said, stay tuned to Twitter.
Yes.
And I'll be at the Ravens game tomorrow. I will not be live tweeting, but if something happens for one of the Ravens we suggested, I might just put in all caps. I don't know. I might go crazy.
Okay.
We'll see. Look for me to run on the field. No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna. Government that's watching, I'm not doing that. No.
The password on Twitter is getting changed. All right. We should wrap it up.
Yeah, we're done. Sorry.
All right.
We get crazy.
Definitely watch out for next week. Exciting stuff coming.
Absolutely.
So I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ben.
Thank you for joining us.